So we're back with part 8 of the top 100 searched GoPro related questions on the internet. And there's only 30 left on the list, and we use a random generator to see which ones come up. And you know what? Let's just see if we can finish off this list. I think we can.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel. My name is Danny Black. If you're new here, don't be a stranger, click that button right there. I'll put links to everything, including coupon codes for some cool GoPro accessories down below, and a surprise link. And if you're someone looking for high quality, royalty-free music for your videos, well, Artlist is the place to go. And I'll tell you more about it at the end of the video, but in case you duck out early, well, you can check out the link in the description or the pinned comment, and they have an awesome deal right now for creators, so you can check that out. All right, 30 questions. Let's just go ahead and start. What GoPro app do I need? Well, that's easy. That's the Quick app. It used to be called the GoPro app, but then they kind of like quietly changed it to the Quick app, and everybody was like, what? What's going on? But that's it, the Quick app. Why GoPro Subscription? Well, actually, I made a whole video about this, dissecting it completely, and found out that it was very well worth it, from the discounts you get on accessories to the replacements. I've had 2 different cameras replaced that were awesome for like no charge, and you get a bunch of other really cool stuff as well. And I get nothing from telling you this, I just think that it's a really good value. GoPro or Pocket 2? I've actually never tried the Pocket 2. I was waiting for the Pocket 3 to come out, and I would jump on that and try that and test that out. But in my mind, it looks like something I would use a few times, and it would probably sit in my drawer collecting dust. Mainly because the image looks like something I could get from my iPhone 10. Having said that, the follow me modes and the time lapse and stuff like that, they're all cool little features. But I'd say GoPro all the way between those two, because you could just do so much more with it. How to edit GoPro footage on my computer? Great question. It's a question I get a lot, especially people looking for free software. I'm not gonna make an ad out of this, but you could try FX Home. It's pretty fun to use. You can also try VideoProc. They do a lot of really cool stuff, and it's free. I've also heard a lot of great things about DaVinci Resolve. For me, I use Final Cut Pro, not because it's necessarily better than the other ones, but mainly because I've invested a lot of my time and money into that program, so I don't really feel like I need to switch. Are GoPro cameras waterproof? Yeah, they are. And since the Hero 5, they've been waterproof right out of the box. Like, you don't need any extra waterproof housing. It can go down to 33 feet or 10 meters. But make sure you keep those compartments shut. Like I always say, you see red, you're dead. That's not waterproof. That's waterproof. How to format card. Swipe down, go into your preferences, swipe all the way to the bottom, you'll see reset, click on that, and you'll see format SD card. You click that and you say format the SD card. And just remember, that's gonna erase your card completely, so make sure you have all that footage off there first. Will GoPro replace a lost camera? That's a big no. They will replace broken cameras if you have the replacement program, but genuinely they need you to send a broken GoPro first. Otherwise you could just say, I lost my GoPro. Did you? Did you?
Now I have 2 GoPros.
Can GoPro zoom? And yes, it can. It's a digital zoom. Not exciting, so don't get your hopes up too high. But on your screen, if you see that little magnifying glass, if you don't see it, you just have to create a shortcut for it. So hold down your finger on one of those little shortcuts. All these shortcuts will appear, and find the magnifying glass one. And then when you're recording, you can press that and you can zoom in, but not very far. Is GoPro worth it? Yeah, I think so. This is amazing technology in the palm of your hand, capturing the sights and sounds of things and places that you can never do with other cameras, and also creating video in places that you couldn't take other cameras before. So I think the GoPro is definitely worth it, especially when you compare it to how much bigger cameras cost, and even cameras back in the day when you used to buy them, they used to cost a lot of money, and they weren't even half as good as this. They weren't even like a tenth as good as this. Can you use GoPro as a webcam? Yeah. Since the Hero 8, actually. You do need to download their webcam utility software. You plug your GoPro in via USB-C, and then you run that software, and then it shows up as a webcam on all the popular apps that you would typically use. Can GoPro Livestream? Yes, it can, and you need to do it through the Quick app, but honestly, it's very daunting. Sometimes it works super easily, and then other times it takes like 20 minutes just to try to connect, to try to hotspot your phone. Basically, it's unreliable. However, I just came across some really cool tech I'm gonna be making a video on very soon, maybe tomorrow actually. And it looks like this, and you get some really high quality live streams, super easy and very reliable. So stay tuned for that video because I'm really excited to share it with you. How close can you get in focus? So with the GoPro, you get about 1 foot or 30 centimeters. If you need to get closer to that, you should check out the macro lens on Amazon. I did a whole review on it and it looks great. It does the job. I mean, it could be better, but it does work. What is this compartment on the Hero 9, 10, 11? All right, now I'm guessing they're talking about this part right here. And funny story, when I first got the 9, I thought there was like HDMI out and stuff like that in there. I tried to pry it off for a bit. I was like, man, this thing is stuck on there. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. And then I realized, no, that's not a compartment. So don't open that. It's basically a drain for a microphone that's inside, so that when you come out of the water will drain from it and you'll be able to talk and be heard from it right out of the water. Can GoPro connect to multiple phones? Yes, through the Quick app, yeah, you can connect it to as many devices as you want, but you can't connect it to more than one at a time. You have to disconnect it from one before you can go to another. Who is GoPro's biggest competitor? Well, I would have said DJI, but I'm honestly thinking it's gonna be Insta360 because they're just coming out with a lot of really, really good stuff and they don't seem to be slowing down. Is GoPro for helmets? Yeah, they are. And those sticky mounts for those helmets are like hardcore, man. I still have old helmets with old mounts on them that are not coming off. It takes a lot to get those things off. And if you want to stick them on even harder, you can like make them really hot with like a hair dryer or something just to like heat that adhesive up. You put it on there and man, that thing is not going anywhere. What is the best wireless mic for GoPro? Well, I think that they're all kind of the same because you have to use a media mod. I am a big fan of the DJI wireless mics. I think they sound great. Unfortunately, you have to have a TRS cable go through the media mod. But if you're good at editing, you can actually use a microphone like this and you can do some internal recording with it and then sync it up later in post. Why is GoPro hot and won't turn on? That has happened to me in the past, and mainly it's because I had quick capture on, and I think it just started recording the GoPro without me knowing it, and then it was just recording my pocket for a long time, just getting really hot, and then the battery goes flat. And so that's probably why it's hot and not turning on, because the battery's dead. How to connect GoPro to OBS. Now, same thing with the webcam. You just use that webcam utility software, plug this thing into your computer, and it should just show up like any other webcam that you'd plug in. Or you can use the media mod and HDMI out and go through that with an HDMI capture card. Is GoPro for vlogging? Yeah, I would say it is. I mean, you have that front-facing screen, and that helps so much when you're trying to see yourself, line up your shot, talking to the camera. The mics sound great. I've been using this a lot for vlogs. A lot of times when I'm out and about making videos for you guys, you might not even know it that I'm using the GoPro, and it sounds great, it looks great, and I like that I can see myself really easily. It's just like right here, there's your vlogging camera. GoPro or DSLR? Now, that all depends on the kind of content you're creating. This is gonna be better for action, but it's probably not gonna be better in low light or just trying to get a more professional look for like people talking and things like that. But then again, the price for this is a lot less than a big DSLR camera. And there are settings on here and different little tricks that you can do, like locking the exposure and things like that, that will help make it look better. What's the best low budget alternative for GoPro? That's a good question. And I've had some sent to me, and most of the time they've been terrible, like terrible. I did have one really good one from Camgo, and then I did a giveaway on it, and so it's gone now. But I do get companies asking me to review their alternative GoPro low budget thing, and that's the problem, is you get them and on the outside they look fantastic, like, wow, that's innovative, they have all this stuff. And then when you play back the footage, you're like, should have gone with the GoPro.
Number 8.
Why can't I format SD card? I mean, if you're trying to format it on your GoPro and it's not working for some reason, you can always format it on your computer. You just put it in there, do some Google searching on how to do it, because you might be using a Mac or a PC, and just make sure you set it to FAT32. Why GoPro video choppy? Again, these are like internet questions. These aren't questions that I came up with. But I'm assuming that you're talking about it's choppy like when you're editing it on a computer, and I've seen this a lot. A lot of people have this problem where it stutters and freezes up because maybe you have an older computer that can't handle the resolutions that these GoPros have, or even like the codec or compressions. And I think that that's where proxy media comes in play. I did a whole video on a good like hack to using those LRV files that are on the SD card, which is low res videos. So you use those, you edit with those, and your computer should work great with that. And then you just swap them out for the bigger files, and your computer knows no difference. You don't have to edit anymore, you just export it. It might take a while, or maybe you just need a new computer or an eGPU. What GoPro is best for motorcycles? I actually don't have a motorcycle, but I do know what it's like to put a GoPro on a motorcycle, and with all that vibration, it's really shaky. So I suggest a 9, 10, or 11 with a max lens mod to help stop that shaky. Like, that will be magic for you. You'll see how smooth your footage will look with that max lens mod. With the Hero 11, I think it would look awesome with that 8:7 full frame aspect ratio, because you have a lot more room on the top and the bottom, and that 10-bit color will look awesome when you're outdoors. So I'd go with the Hero 11, but I'm sure you could go down to the Hero 7 and it'll still look good. How do you charge the batteries? For me, I use this ZG Sign case right here. I put my batteries in there, and either I'm charging them up that way, or it's already got a built-in battery inside of it, so it's charging my batteries on the go, which is pretty awesome. Tellison has a really nice little rugged case as well that's pretty cool, but it doesn't have a built-in battery. It has a spot for 3 batteries. You plug it in and it's charging those, and it's rugged for ruggedness. Man, we are cruising through this. 4 more. Okay, why can't I take pictures? Maybe you're new to GoPro and you don't know how to switch it from video mode to picture mode. So on your screen, if you swipe to the right, you'll get photos. You know, you can swipe to the left, you'll get time lapse. That's kind of how you do it. Or you can press the mode button or the power button, mode button on the side, press it once, and it does switch and toggle between those, and you can get it on photo mode. What are the best cheap accessories? Cheap is an interesting term. If you mean low cost, I would say go with Tellison. Tellison has the best low cost and a variety of awesome accessories for the GoPro. You can find them at tellisonstore.com. Use my discount code DannyBlack to save yourself 10%. But also, if you're just looking for a good plethora of accessories, HSU has that 72-in-1 pack that I think is amazing. You get so many accessories, and they're good quality accessories for a very low price. When you put them all together, like, you're saving a lot of money. Also, you can save money with a Danny Black coupon code. So check it out. I'll put links in the description. GoPro or DJI? Whoo. Now, for me, I choose GoPro because of the way I use it. DJI, like the Action 3, apparently it's getting recalled or something like that. They're having problems with it. I didn't have problems with mine, but some people had problems with theirs. The Action 3, I think it looks good. Like, the quality, the one I have, the quality is really good, and it's really easy to use. So I would say somebody that doesn't know anything about action cameras, that just wants something simple to turn on and easy to kind of mess around with the settings, they would go with that. There's so much more that you can do on the GoPro, but some people don't really get into that. They just hit record and that's it. All right, last one here. I can't believe we're finally done with this top 100. What if your SD card fails? Step 1, don't panic. Like, let's just say that you finish your vacation, you have all this footage and stuff on your GoPro, and it's saying your SD card failed and you need to reformat it to use it, which means you lose everything. Yeah, I've seen that happen before, and I've taken the SD card out and taken the battery out, just let it sit for a day. Maybe, I don't really know the time frame for it, but then I put that SD card back in and it worked fine. Not sure the science behind it, but it worked, and it still works. I didn't even have to do anything to it. That's the one to use right there, SanDisk Extreme Pro. I like to use these 64GB ones, and I like to have multiple ones. So, I mean, like, if something did happen, like, I haven't had anything happen with these cards, but if something did happen and I was on vacation, it's nicer to have a bunch of different cards, like, you know, so you don't lose everything in one go, especially, like, what if you dropped it in the ocean or something? At least you have all of the other memories on different cards, you know? That's the way I look at it. And that's it. We've finished the top 100 list. Let's celebrate by talking about Artlist. So you're a content creator and you want to have good royalty-free music that won't get you that copyright claim. Seriously, check out Artlist. There are so many amazing songs and sounds that you would expect to hear on the radio. I personally have been using Artlist for over 2 years now, and I have never looked back. Now, the 3 years prior to that on YouTube, when I was creating all kinds of really cool videos, I was wasting a lot of time trying to find good music. Like, seriously, I would spend days just trying to find really good music, and they would say it was free, and then like a year later, I get a copyright claim for it. That will not happen with Artlist. You can easily search by genre, mood, keywords. You can preview the song, and if it's to your liking, then you download it, with or without vocals. So if you are looking for something like this, do click the link in the description or the pinned comment just to let Artlist know that I sent you. And if you're a social media creator right now, you can get prices as low as $10 a month on an annual plan. So check out Artlist and join, and stop wasting your time searching for music and start spending more time on creating your content. All right, let's get back to it. All right, well, we flew through that 30-in-1 video, and you know what? The Hero 11 came out while this whole thing was going down, so there's probably a bunch of new questions out there. So what would you like to see top questions for? Let me know in the comments if you're even this far into it. I doubt it, so let's just go ahead and finish up. So see you next time.
Mr. Black.